Hey drummers, Gary Williams here, your drum set mastermind and creator of the Drum Set Artistry Mastermind Group. I hope you're all doing well during this crazy time. In this brief video, I want to talk about the subject of those who can do and those who can't teach. So there's been a few people that have thrown that banter around over the years. I'm not sure where that originally started, but it's definitely a myth, and I'm going to explain to you why. First of all, I'll make a statement by saying that there's no way that I would be able to play the drums at the level I do if I had not been an instructor or a teacher. I've been teaching for 38 plus years, and there are so many things that I have learned from my students. Though I'm a teacher, I'm also a student. So what does that mean? It means that students come in and they present questions. They ask me about things that sometimes I don't know anything about. So therefore, I'm introduced to a new subject through this individual, and there I go about researching it, learning about it, so the next time when a student asks me, I know more about that. So over the wealth of the probably several thousand drum students I've had in my career as a private instructor, I've learned so many things, probably one thing, if not several things, from every single student that I've ever taught. So this idea that if you can do it, you go just do it, and if you can't, then you rely on teaching, you wouldn't be a very good instructor if you didn't know how to go do it. So part of my career has been focused on being a professional drummer, recording and performing artist, clinician, educator, author. I have 3 published books, endorsements, yada, yada, yada. My point being is that in my long-standing career as a professional musician and educator, it's been the combination of performing and teaching that has helped me to develop this wealth of knowledge that I've been able to apply to both my performing and my educational careers. So I'm not sure, again, where this phrase came from, but from my own personal experience, the most inspiring people in my world have been my teachers. The person that probably inspired me the most was a gentleman named John Mallard, who was my jazz studies director and a percussion instructor and a personal drum set instructor. So he would sit down and play the drums for me daily almost in the rehearsals my first couple of years in the jazz band, demonstrating how it was done. So most of it was through observation, and though you might not take private lessons, you are still a student, in that if you ever go onto YouTube or any of these different kinds of online resources that teach you something, then you have a teacher and now you're a student. Now you don't have the advantage of a private instructor, which can give you personal feedback on your playing and tune into your personal goals with what you want to do with your drumming. So just like I wouldn't take you out to a restaurant and decide what you're going to eat, or I wouldn't go to a mall and decide what you're going to wear, I'm not going to decide what you're going to learn and what you're going to develop. My point being is that everybody is unique. We all have our own individual paths, and through the accumulation of knowledge, both from performing and passing on your skills to the next generation, you become much wiser than if you did one or the other. So it's the combination of learning from teachers and passing on as a teacher what you know that makes you as knowledgeable as you are. So I'm very happy about my past because I've learned a lot. I continue to learn things every time I teach. I'm introduced to new drummers, new recordings, new things to figure out. So it's been a wonderful journey in accumulating a vast amount of skills that I would never have been able to do had I not engaged as an instructor. So that's the myth. Those who can perform and those who can teach, because there's a lot of people teaching, but they're not very quality educators. So in my opinion, you only pass along what you've accumulated, so the better student you are, the better instructor and performer you will be. So that's my little rant on that statement. Those who can teach, those who can't, well, actually it's the opposite. You know what I'm saying. So I hope you've enjoyed my little rant. That's how I feel about the subject. And so for anybody that has any questions about that or disagreements, keep them to yourself, not even interested. Until next time, stay nice to yourself, keep practicing, and have a great day. Bye-bye.